Hey, it's Scotty. Let's talk about 5 vet red flags. Now, are these things that will make you want to find a new vet? Well, we'll talk about that at the end. But these are 5 things that if your vet says or does, maybe you need to look for a new vet or at least get a second opinion. So let's get into it right now. The first thing that if your vet says it, this is not a good sign. In fact, it's a big red flag. And you probably know what it is. Say it with me. Your guinea pig is overweight. Okay, if your vet says that your guinea pig is overweight, your guinea pig needs to lose weight, or you need to start limiting the amount of food that you're giving to your guinea pigs, then get rid of them. Well, or at least politely say, why do you say that? And do you know that guinea pigs can lose 20, 50, even sometimes 100 grams in a day or two if they are not eating. So having that extra cushion of 100, 200 grams is really important for them, for their health and their well-being. Because also remember, guinea pigs are prey animals, so they oftentimes hide their illness. And so they're not feeling well, they lose weight, maybe you don't pick them up for a day or two, and then you don't notice that they're not coming out when they normally do. And by the time you notice, you're like, oh my gosh, they've lost so much weight. If you're keeping them on a strict diet, they're not going to have that cushion, that extra chunk that can really help them if they are sick. So if your vet says your guinea pig's overweight, that's a big red flag. Number 2, if you go to the vet because maybe, oh, baby, you just pooped. Oh, and I caught it. Yuck. We keep it real here. If number 2, if you take your guinea pig in because they've been sneezing, maybe they have runny eyes or their nose is crusty. Oftentimes when their nose is runny, they wipe it like this on their paws, and their paws might be also crusty or dirty. So if any of these signs are present, especially with breathing sounds like a clicky or some kind of congested sound, and your vet says, oh, it might just be allergies. Guinea pigs live in hay, and really, although I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't sometimes some things that piggies are allergic to, they certainly could get a rash if they are in wet bedding or something like that. But if your vet says that signs that are usually associated with a respiratory infection are allergies, that's a big red flag. So on that note, if your guinea pigs are showing signs of a respiratory infection, generally you'll be given antibiotics. So we'll talk a little bit more about antibiotics in a minute, but let's talk about number 3. What is the third big red flag that I hear a lot, and it's shocking? That is, your vet says that your guinea pig needs to fast before surgery. So if your guinea pig had a mammary tumor, or maybe you're taking them in for a spay or neuter, or or maybe there are ovarian cysts, or maybe there's a stone, any kind of surgery, or even if they're just getting their teeth worked on and they're going to be put under. If your vet says that your guinea pig needs to fast before surgery, that's a huge red flag, because as we all know, guinea pigs need to constantly be eating to get that poop factory continually moving. And if they stop eating, that can cause GI stasis. And also, if they stop eating on their own, that's a really bad sign. And so if you're forcing them to stop eating because of surgery, it tells me that your vet may not be as familiar with guinea pig biology or guinea pig behavior as they should be. So, and this makes me wonder, if your vet has told you before surgery that they should be fasting, please include in the comments the reason why. We could do a whole deep dive in a whole other video about this, because maybe there is a situation in which it is appropriate, but I'm not sure what that is. And anytime I've ever talked to anybody, and I've talked to a lot of people that run guinea pig rescues, I've talked to other vets, and that's just not something that generally I think is safe or appropriate. So if your vet says that you should your guinea pig should be fasting before surgery. That's a big red flag. So speaking of surgery, number 4, if your guinea pig just had surgery and your vet sends your guinea pig home with you without pain meds, that's a big red flag. And also antibiotics. Boys! Hey, boys! They have a very adversarial relationship, but they are also, you know what? Let me get them some hay. Now, you know how piggies are. They take the hay and they spread it all around, and then they get on each other's nerves. So these guys are okay. They've been living together for quite a long time without any actual issues, but they do like to chatter their teeth at each other. They do like to chase each other around. But this is a perfect example of how all guinea pig boy relationships are different. All guinea pig relationships are different. And I would hate for some people to see behavior like this and say, oh, they must be separated. They don't need to be separated. They get along fine. They just annoy each other a lot. I have an entire bonding playlist. I'll put that right here so you can check some of the different types of behaviors and scenarios in which I think are acceptable, and some behavior scenarios where we got to stop it, we got to cut it, and we got to try to find a better match. BB! Okay, let's get back to where we were. We were talking about number 4. If your vet, BB, if your vet sends your guinea pig home with you after surgery without antibiotics, that's a big red flag. And also without pain meds. In most cases, imagine your guinea pig gets neutered. Your guinea pig has a stone. Your guinea pig has ovarian cyst surgery or a mammary tumor removed, which in many cases, they cut the entire nipple out, they remove a tumor or any other tumor or any other, maybe a abscess has been cut out. Any type of surgery, especially where they've been put under and it's that serious, and then your guinea pig goes home without antibiotics and without pain meds, that's a huge red flag. Now, meloxicam, Medicam is a pain med and an anti-inflammatory, and that works really well in conjunction with antibiotics. And I don't know of a scenario where your guinea pig is put under, they have a surgery, and then boom, they're just sent home, without any pain meds, without any antibiotics to prevent infection in the incision site. Guinea pigs are messy, and they lay around and they pee and they poop, and it's very easy for that infection site to get infected, even if you're cleaning the bedding very frequently. It's just par for the course, antibiotics and pain meds. And also, when it comes to pain meds, that's just the humane thing to do so that your piggies aren't hurting. Okay, so that's number 4. If your vet sends your piggy home after surgery without pain meds and antibiotics, big red flag. Number 5, let's continue this and let's talk about if you have been prescribed antibiotics for your guinea pig by your vet, and your vet Number 5, if your vet has prescribed antibiotics to you for your guinea pig and they haven't given you or explained about probiotics and how certain antibiotics can cause stomach upset, digestive issues, soft poops, and things like that, and have not at least made you aware of that being a possibility, and also recommending probiotics that will help prevent stomach upset, digestive issues, soft poops. Probiotics like either the yeast ingredients in critical care and other emergency foods. There's always a yeast culture ingredient that have tons of probiotics, or something like Benebac. There is also Fiberplex in the UK. There are a number of probiotics that can really help your guinea pigs prevent stomach upset and digestive issues when they're on antibiotics. And they should also tell you that you want to wait at least an hour after, or give it at least an hour before the antibiotics. If you're doing 2 doses of antibiotics, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, in the middle of the day, that's when you want to give the probiotics. You only have to do it once a day. You only have to do a little bit. There's millions of these bacteria in just one small dose, but absolutely essential. And I've seen it really work wonders as a prevention as well as a cure for bad digestive issues. So if your vet doesn't explain to you about probiotics or offer them, then that's a red flag. But I will say that sometimes vets like to overcharge for like the Benebac syringe. You should be able to get it for a pretty reasonable price, around $10, $15 for that syringe. Your mileage, your prices may vary. Right now, I do know on Amazon, you can get a 3-pack for about $10 a piece. And that is the best deal that I've seen. I'll put a link to that in the description below. Very important that you have Benebac in your emergency kit. So those are 5 red flags. But what? Let's do some bonuses. I got 2 bonus red flags for you. So the first bonus is back to surgery. If your vet does not tell you that after surgery there is a chance of infection and that you should be watching out for that incision site to get infected or swollen or maybe be painful, if your vet just sends you home without giving you any post-surgical care or a plan, then that is like a total red flag. And so my second bonus is that your vet should be giving you a clear diagnosis, prognosis, and plan of action. What does that mean? That means they should be telling you what they think is wrong. They should be telling you what the outcome should be and what the plan is to get them better. So you should have a clear understanding, not just of the symptoms and of the medicine that you've been given, but what the actual illness is that these symptoms are representing or displaying. So, you should understand, okay, my guinea pig has a respiratory infection. They are going to give me antibiotics. I need to give them antibiotics once, twice a day, whatever it is, for 10 days or 2 weeks or until the bottle is empty. And you should have a clear understanding of that. And on top of that, if you don't feel comfortable talking to your vet, hi Pippi, if you don't feel comfortable asking your vet to clarify something, that's why you pay them the big bucks. That's why, that's why we wait days and days to get into an appointment. You have such a limited time and a limited window with your vet, but you should be able to call them. You should be able to talk to a vet tech. You should be able to ask your vet questions, and you should feel comfortable doing so. And if you don't feel comfortable doing so, then guess what? That's a big red flag, and maybe you need to get another vet. All right, I hope that this has really helped. I actually have another video talking about, if you don't have a very experienced vet, I'll put that right here, how to teach your vet to be more CAVI savvy. That means how to explain common illnesses, how to guide them to help you and them make the proper diagnosis, prognosis, and plan of action. I also have on my care guide, there's also a worldwide vet list on my website, so you can find a new vet no matter where you are. So I really hope you'll take advantage of all those resources, and I hope this helped. Let me know down in the comments if you've got anything to add to the conversation. Until next time, thanks for watching.